Is the golden hitter coming to baseball, flag planting in college football, and a little would you rather coming up with Aaron from Brutally Honest Sports on today's 1420 Sports Bar podcast. Four Beer Sports talking a whole lot more. Let's get into it.
The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
1420 Sports Bar podcast. Four Beer Sports talking a whole lot more. Join host Brent Radlinsky as he bellies up to the bar and gets the conversations going that'll make you think you're sitting in your local watering room. It's sports, beer, and shenanigans, so sit back, grab a few beers, and let's get into it. The 1420 Sports Bar podcast, Four Beer Sports talking a whole lot more. Episode number 421 on this 12th or third day of December 2024. I'm trying to mail this year in already, and so still got a month left. Today's show, as always, is brought to you by SeatGeek.com, the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420SEAT at SeatGeek.com today and save yourself $20 on your first purchase. Remember, we are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Go to bellyupsports.com for all their great articles and other great podcasts as well. Today we are joined by Brutally Honest Sports. He's had a brutal couple of days after Thanksgiving. Got a little bit of a bug hit him. But Aaron, thanks for joining us tonight here at the 1420 Sports Bar. How you doing other than the rumbly and the tumbly?
Yeah. I mean, it's every year I get hit with it at some point. So it's that time of year for me. So it could be a lot worse. Just not a fun time, but enjoyed Thanksgiving. That came and went pretty quick as always. And then we'll be at Christmas before you know. It's crazy this year. I don't know about you, Brent, but like every year, just like seems like it's fast. I don't know how it gets faster, but it finds a way to feel faster to me.
No, it's crazy how it just flies by. Like actually, me and the wife were talking. We got a story about her in a second too, but we were talking about this. Like when you're in high school. Like you can't wait to get your driver's license, right? And it takes so long to be able to. You're in school, like you're in elementary school or junior high, and it takes forever for summer vacation to start. And then when you get to the working time, it's every 2 weeks get a paycheck. So it's 2 more weeks gone, 2 more weeks, and all of a sudden it's fucking December again. Like what the hell just happened here? And I gotta say, like the way you guys do Thanksgiving down there, I talked about it on my Saturday show this week. Man, I'm so envious the way you guys do up Thanksgiving. Like just on the sports side of things. Like you guys nail it from Wednesday on. It's just nonstop wall-to-wall action from football, like basketball on Wednesday night, football all day Thursday, hockey's all day on Saturday or Friday, plus college football games, and then Saturday obviously the rivalry games, and then Sunday NFL again. Like and then eating and drinking and all the just you guys do it up right. Like it's unbelievable. Like envious, jealous.
Well, when I know you guys celebrate the Thanksgiving, when is your Thanksgiving?
Second week in October, so we have Thanksgiving Sunday.
It's still the same food, like
turkeys and things and stuff. Right. And we celebrate the harvest, I guess, and then it's just done. It sucks. Like it sucks.
Well, yeah, I mean, from a sports, I can see that. I used to not be the biggest like Thanksgiving food person. I'd be like, it's what, but I don't know. I'm kind of just grateful for that's cliche, right? But I'm just like, man, like I'm one of those people I can just eat all day. So I love the fact that, that's where I mean, the games were the games and I appreciated them. But, it's always the Lions. It's always the guy. That's one thing, like as much as I like tradition, it is kind of the same rerun on repeat. I mean, I know the Lions are good now and they didn't used to be and whatnot, but I wish they kind of would rotate a little bit some of the teams in there. I mean, it just
like you can only watch the Bears lose so many times.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if anything, put more games on. Like if you're going to keep the same teams on, just all right, cycle in the Steelers or cycle in the Broncos, whoever. I don't care, but yeah, I can't complain. It's fun. Too bad baseball doesn't come around on things. Like if they did something,
find a way to have baseball in there, wrapped in there somehow.
Just why not?
Yeah, whatever. Then the wife, she's flying out to Vancouver bright and early tomorrow morning. She's gonna wake me up for fuck's sakes, but whatever. She's going to Taylor Swift on Friday night in Vancouver, and she actually got her tickets face value back in May for 350, 500. I can't remember, $500, let's say, whatever, in club seats at BC Place, and so it's like 60,000 people and whatever club
Wow.
seats, like fantastic, $500. And there's people selling tickets or trying to they're still trying to get for 9 to 10 to 15 grand a pop
I
for the
believe it.
same seats that she's sitting in. And I was upstairs because one of her friends is here and going with her, and I was just upstairs before the show started here. And I said, "Okay, what would you guys sell your tickets for? Like, because they're Swifties, whatever. Like, no harm, no foul. It's whatever. I don't care." I said, "If you were offered, if somebody came up to you before the show, what would it take?" And Deanne said, 10 grand. Her friend, 25. And so I got thinking. I'm going to ask you this question: If you were going to a a Phillies World Series game or an Eagles Super Bowl game, and somebody walked up to Aaron Riley and said, and showed you their bank statement on their phone and said, "I don't have a ticket," and you had a good seat, how much money would you take to go to that? And don't get egregious, don't get greedy. What would it take for you to sell that ticket, Aaron Riley, to go to a Phillies World Series game or Eagles Super Bowl game? Like what? Because you can get a ticket for, let's say you bought it for 2 grand.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, how much
You bought it for
am
2
I
grand.
into it? Okay. Um, I mean, honestly, I don't go to a lot of like my schedule is just kind of all over the place, so I don't get to go to a lot of. I could take the time to go, but I just don't. I haven't in a while, but um, I mean, if I'm 2 grand into it and somebody offers me 10, there's no way I'd turn that down. Like
No way.
because I can go into a bar, a restaurant, wherever
That's exactly what I said to my wife not fucking 20 minutes ago. I said, like, if I was at Yankee Stadium and I had Legend Suite for 5 grand, whatever.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone says, here's 10, 15. Yeah, good. Fuck, I'd watch I'd be in probably around better fans at a bar across the street, saving money, drinking beers across the street, watching the game.
I'm saving money and making
And I made a bunch.
ton of money. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it's not like I've seen the Phillies win a World Series. I'm fortunate to see. I mean, many Eagles fans didn't see that. They only have one. So it took them 40 something years to get one, but I saw that. So it's not like I wouldn't be missing their first champion. You're like you've seen the Yankees win. I mean, they have 28 or whatever, 27.
No, I'm not 140.
But it's I guess if you're like a Buffalo Bills fan, maybe that might be different. Like you went to 4 straight Super Bowls, you lost all 4. You're still waiting on getting that one.
A lot of dough the way.
Yeah. But I don't know. Even if you pop into a bar, you watch it at your house. Like as long as you see it, I mean, yeah, being there is different. I understand that, but like for a Super Bowl, I guess because you're traveling to like a neutral site, that might take a little bit more money because now you've taken the effort to fly 4 or 5 hours, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like the Eagles were in the Super Bowl in Minnesota, when they won, so that would have been hours. So, I mean, yeah, people that wouldn't pass that up though. I mean, I guess if you have a shit ton of money, it doesn't matter. But like just coming into 10 grand that quick. I mean, I definitely pull the trigger and say.
Well,
I mean,
that's the thing, Aaron, is that like Deanne bought the wife. She bought all 4 tickets, so she has all 4 at her disposal right now. That's $80,000 fucking dollars, man.
That's life changing. Yeah,
it's not, like it changes. It changes like you're not retiring, but it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. You're not thinking about as much. That's
I'm not
sure.
thinking about going to Spit Stadium to fucking get T-shirts ready tomorrow by any means. No way.
Well,
like I love my job, but like I take a few weeks off. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where you're not going to make that money that quick. Like give me an example of making money that quick legally, right? I just don't think I don't think you pass that up. Like I don't know.
Not a chance. 80 grand. Yeah, here, take them.
I mean,
take them. I'll drive you to the fucking concert too.
I if I was standing outside of a World Series game or a Super Bowl or that Taylor Swift thing, whatever it is, a big event like a World Cup, I don't care what it is, I would probably offer my tickets up because like there's people out there that are desperate enough that want it to be in there.
I think you use the wrong word there. I think they're stupid enough.
Yeah,
because paying that much for anything like that,
3 hours, like a baseball game, 3 hours, football game, 3 hours.
Like a concert, you put it on, fucking turn the speakers on here. No one's pissing on your feet and whatever. You're just done. Like I know it's a thing and Swifty and all, but Jesus Christ, I don't know. Like it fucking could be Michael Jackson back in the fucking 80s. I ain't spending that kind of money to watch that shit. Jesus Christ.
Who would you pay
The
if you
most?
if you your money was unlimited and you could but you had to pay a ton, a huge amount, like
Like
who would,
a music artist?
yeah, anybody, any artist.
Like we just saw Springsteen 3 weeks ago in Calgary, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen his I've seen him, on YouTube and stuff.
And
He
it was
puts on a good
awesome.
show.
And that was 300, but that's just like fuck. Like I would spend $1,000.
Anybody, even if they're like no longer living, like it's somebody, you know what I mean? It could be anybody that
Maybe
ever.
Elvis Presley. If Elvis Presley himself were to rise up from the dead, some people think he's still alive, pull his fat ass out of a coffin, I would pay $1,000 to see Elvis rock his pelvis. That's about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's legendary. That's yeah.
Like I've seen Billy Joel at the Garden and like things like that. There's got to be something. I don't know, man. That's a lot of dough for 2 hours of fucking.
Yeah, it's one of those.
What? Can't hear you. Fuck, whatever. I don't know.
Bucket list, though. Yeah.
$80,000.
People will do it too. That's the thing. It's like you said, maybe stupid enough, maybe they just have a unhealthy. I mean, at that point, it's probably a little bit unhealthy. I mean, come on, that's.
It's stupid. Like it's actually stupid. Like enjoy it. Put on YouTube. It's free. Whatever.
You're hearing the same. I mean, I get it. I get the experience, but man, that's
it's a lot of dough, man. Fuck.
And it's over like that.
Shake
and
it off, and it's just over, and you shook it off, and then what? You know, fucking money left.
Yeah, I saw. I know different age, different time period, but I paid like Post Malone wasn't as big then, but I paid $100, and he only played 45 minutes. I was like, damn, that's. I went to. I mean, Baltimore's only a close to a 2-hour trip for me, but it was at the Preakness, so it was the horse race going on. But he didn't play long at all, and I was like, man, But now, I mean, you look at his concerts now, like you said, like with Springsteen, 300-400, like Post Malone's coming in 300, 400. Like it's so now that's a fraction of what I paid. So I mean, I paid a fraction. So.
Yeah. This morning I woke up the news. I was reading the Twitter machine there, or the X machine, or whatever the fuck you want to call it these days, and I saw this thing, and I thought it was like April Fool's Day or something. I was like, what the hell's going on here? But this golden hitter thing that Bobby Manfred is proposing, the owners, and they had some meetings or whatever it is, and this golden hitter I thought it was so ridiculous this morning at 6:30 in the morning when I was reading it. I didn't really get in the nuts and bolts of the whole thing. But basically what it is, if at any point, correct me if I'm wrong, after the 7th inning, anybody can go up and bat at any point in the lineup. So if a guy wasn't supposed to be batting, he could go up for, like if he's hitting in the 4 spot, he could go up in the 9 spot. I believe if the base loaded, like David Ortiz could hit a double and go back and hit it. I don't know the exacts of it, but basically they said anybody on the bench or anybody can at any point after the 7th inning can go up and take some hacks to the plate. And at first I thought, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I said, like, I've heard a stupid little league shit being thought about. And then I got thinking, I said, what makes this even worse is these are some of the smartest people in baseball who are thinking, you know what we should do? And then they let this stupid idea get out to the public. So I thought that was even dumber. But then I got to talking to some people around the ballpark today, the baseball people, obviously, and they said, yeah, this is stupid. It's stupid, stupid, stupid. Then I listened to the Michael Kay show. He's the voice of reason. I don't know if you listen to him today or not, but he's the voice of reason. He said, you know what? It's not the worst idea he's ever heard. What's your thoughts on this golden hitter, whatever they want to call it?
I don't want to sound like get off my lawn type of
Yeah.
old school way, but I mean, you're trying to changing the dynamic of the game in some ways, I think, like let's say the Yankees are down 4-2 in the ninth, and Verdugo that's a bad example. Whoever hits like Rizzo's like 4 or 5 or 6, something like a middle lineup guy gets on at first. There's one out. Yankees are down 4-2. I mean, I think you're taking either Stanton or probably Judge in the regular season. You're taking Judge and inserting him there. But that's not like I said, I don't know if that's kind of I mean, define right. I mean, I don't know what right it's your interpretation of it, but that would be like, okay, in football, you can add an extra 2 minutes to the clock and give yourself, it's like you're giving yourself an opportunity that doesn't actually exist until this rule is implemented. Like I think it's kind of like, I get it. It makes it more exciting. I'm not going to say that it's not a bad idea to make the game better, but is it compromising? Like, I don't want to go as far as like the integrity of the game, but it's just like, I mean, whoever comes up after Rizzo is the one that should have to hit. Like, in my opinion, that's just, it's kind of like is it cheating? No, but because both teams can do it. I get that, but I don't know. It's kind of like a fantasy baseball type of move. Like it's just, the old school guys are going to, like, you talk about making the bases bigger or like putting the pitch clock in. This is like, now you're really, I mean, I get it. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't know.
I hated it this morning, and then I went to my job at a baseball diamond, and then I got thinking, you know what? They've already got me. Like, I'm already watching 140 games a year, right? No matter what. If they put this rule in, I'll bitch and piss and moan and whatever. I'm still going to watch. Like, it's not going to turn. I'm not going to turn it off because of this. Like, if it's the 8th inning and all of a sudden the golden batter rule comes into effect, I'm not turning the TV off. Like, I'm not. But then, like, the 50-year-old man in me is like, you know what? Put this. Like, I don't know the rules and how if it does ever come into effect, and I don't think it ever will. But all of a sudden, you got a guy who's on a bit of a hot streak for a couple of weeks, right? And Judge is in a slump, or whoever is fucking hadn't hit in a fucking month and a half. He's up. You're like, oh well, you turn the channel. You don't want to watch the fucking death, right? So you're like, hey, you got this guy. You got fucking Arthur Willis the third. He's hitting fucking 420 in the last 7 games. Put him up again. Why not? Why not?
It definitely,
it's not the worst thing in the world.
No, it's not. And like
I hated this thing 12 hours ago. I hated it.
I don't think it would ever drive people away from watching the game, but I definitely think, like, because baseball, but I'm not going to say above, like, because you guys know the NHL more than me, but even watching that sometimes, watching college football, every sport. Baseball is like the most, to me, keep it the same. Like, don't change anything. Like, we want it a certain way. So now the fact that they would, because I mean, no sport has like a rule to this effect. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm not saying
there's nothing comparable.
No, there's nothing comparable. And like I said, or like you kind of just said, you don't hate it now. I don't hate it. When I first heard about it, I wouldn't say I hated it at that point, but I don't know. Like, it makes it, if you're just looking to make baseball more exciting, I think do it. If that's your end goal and that's all you care about, sure. It kind of feels like, I would get over, just like you. Like, I'd be like, whatever.
It is fucking ridiculous. Let's not sugarcoat it. It is ridiculous. If this was talked about 30 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Assassination attempts on Bobby Manfred. Like, what the fuck? And the old owners and the old managers and the non-progressive way of thinking and like, this is the way things are. It's not the worst thing in the world. I would bet you, if you went up and down the major league roster of like the managers, on-field managers, they'd be like, you know what? Fuck, man, if I could put a guy up there who's hitting fucking 375 instead of being stuck with my 9-hole guy who can't fucking pull the Mendoza line, they'll be like, you know what? I love this idea. This might save my job.
No, I completely agree. Like, I'm not saying it's completely bad in any way. It's just, it seems, like I said, like I don't know if it's fantasy baseball is the way to, but it makes it like arcade-ish.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like because it's like okay, I don't want to use that guy. I'm just gonna. It's not like going to your bench, right? It's not like the Yankees are going to the bench and they're like, okay,
Yeah, I can make a new guy on Xbox or whatever and put him
yeah,
in.
yeah, like
Right? Whatever.
I'm trying to think like Trevino, right?
Cheat codes, what kids call it,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, and like, are there going to be situations where, like, if the Pirates are up on the Yankees, I mean, like that would ever happen, but
Well,
like
yeah.
it's like 9-2 Pirates, and they don't use one of those. Like they're like, okay, O'Neal Cruz, we're not going to do it. We're just going to let our lineup roll through, and then the Yankees come back, and then the Yankees use that rule and then beat them. Is it going to be like,
Yeah.
well, like I'm not saying
I never thought of that.
it could
Like
work.
managers would get crucified if they didn't use it, and like if they're up 6 or 7-3, so one swing of the bat and on the other half could tie it up. A grand slam ties it up,
Yeah, yeah.
and they have base loaded. Fucking Aaron Riley comes up, fucking grounds out to second, done. If they didn't
That's
put
what I would
O'Neal
do.
Cruz
Yeah.
in, like oops,
Yeah.
right? Like it adds to like I don't hate it. Like now that we're talking, I don't hate it.
I feel like I know Michael K is maybe he's heard it through like the grapevine or something that like this was going to happen because I swear to God, either you or me or Michael K or all three of us, we've talked about something like this before, to where like imagine if you could do that. Imagine if you could pull a guy like Judge up and you're down 2 runs. But then it also like I'm not going to make excuses for closers, but it's like what if you're rolling through 7, 8, 9 and then like one guy gets on.
Now I got 7-8-3.
Yeah, and now your stats are inflated because
things.
Yeah, because like what if you're 7 out of 10 save appearances, you come in and they're pulling the golden bat rule on you and you're giving up like I'm not saying it's your job to get the guy out. It doesn't matter if it's Aaron Judge or Volpe. Like it doesn't who cares? But it seems if they do it, I'm not gonna like cry about it. It just seems a little arcadish, but I mean, maybe baseball. I mean, they did the pitch clock, they did the bigger bases, they're trying all these things. Like maybe it's not the worst thing. It's just I could see old school guys like this is one of those things where it's no doubt going to be like, wow, like this is not the game I grew up. When we start implementing things like that, or
it's ridiculous. There's no getting around that.
But the more I sit here and think about it too, like
it's not the worst.
It's not that like it changes things, but it's like it makes it like wow, maybe almost every 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th, like you don't know what's gonna like it makes the game more unpredictable. Because like I said, if you're at the bottom of the Reds lineup, or you can bring up whoever their best hitter is, and it changes. Like the fans are more into it. Like it changes the whole dynamic of the game. That guy's not going to come through every time, but at least you give yourself you feel like a better chance, and then it's interesting. I saw it too, and I was like, wow, like you said, is this real? Like, and then what? They have to be at least a year out from this because they're not going to implement it this coming season.
You know what, Aaron? Actually, I got the WCBL meetings up in Saskatoon this weekend. I might implement this rule for the fucking Western Canadian Baseball League this summer. I have that kind of a pull around that league right now. Like it's not the worst thing. And try it in the minor leagues, try it in lower leagues, see if it works.
Atlantic League, yeah. Like the team that's in my hometown is the Atlantic League. They implemented the pitch clock like 2 years, like before MLB did it. They did it. I mean, there's even rumors like they shift the mound back or forward. Like I don't know if you do that.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
pitcher's arms are so delicate now already, right? And you get used to a certain length and everything else. It's just, if you can't hit, you can't hit. Don't fucking put the mound back to second base. I can't fucking hit.
I mean, maybe they should for this golden bat. Maybe they should like come to home plate literally with a golden bat. Like is it being too ridiculous?
Market this, the T-shirts, the things you could do with this,
and they won't. They definitely won't.
I'm the golden hitter of the year. Oh yeah,
that could be a thing. I mean. Yeah, it's. I mean, you don't hear some radical. I mean, yes, the pitch clock, but this is like probably the most radical thing I've heard out of baseball in a while.
It changes the lineup, right? Like it changes 1 through 9. Like when the DH got instituted, people, you can't fuck, but it's better.
Yeah, it's always been better.
With DH now, it's just better, right? You don't have a pitcher going up there and just striking out and then not even caring if he strikes out.
Oh, and it looks horrible.
I remember when that was a thing. And it wasn't long ago for the National League so it's a universal DH now. So it made it better. And then the pitch clock, it was odd, but now the game's nobody even notices anymore. It's not even a thing. Like all these, it's just better. Like and I talked with an old baseball guy from around here, and if this guy's through and through, like he's a baseball purist, traditionalist, the whole bit, and he said, you know what slows baseball down? You don't need a pitch clock. Ball one. If pitchers would just throw strikes, that's what slows things down. It's ball one, and then ball two, and then it's full count, and blah blah blah.
Foul ball,
Not foul ball, and that's what slows things down. If pitchers work ahead in the count, things just go quick, right? It throws strikes, right?
Do you see the same thing here? Like, because I agree with you. I like the more you think about this, it's really like you're nitpicking it. I guess if you're like, I hate this idea. Like,
I hate it. Why?
Yeah, it's
if your only argument is that it's just not baseball, well, neither was the DH.
Yeah.
Neither was leading off. Neither was relief pitchers. Neither
was bunting is bunting used to be fundamentals in baseball.
Right now there's no bunting. And
we're still watching,
like right? So none of this stuff was like all the way the game's played now. I don't think it's as good. I mean but like there's all these new rules that have come up in the last 100 years in the game of baseball. Not rules, but just with the way the game is played. Maybe it's the thing. I don't know. Like I said, 12 hours ago, I hated it. And now that, Brutally Honest Sports, we've talked about this. I think we've cleared our heads. And I think this isn't it's ridiculous. It's absolutely cartoon ridiculous. And you can't compare it to anything else, like you said, in any other sport. I wouldn't even know how to even compare it. But
it would almost be tell me if I'm wrong, right? So I don't know how in a shootout, how do those guys get selected to be like your first shootout
guy?
Actually,
that's a good point. So in the NHL, they have a list of the first 3 guys that'll shoot. That's guaranteed. And then the coach will pick them, but you can only shoot once, and then you're done. Okay. In international hockey, like and in the Olympics and World Championships, like stuff like that. After the first, I think 3 or 4 guys, I don't know the exacts of it, then a guy can be every other shooter, I think it is. Like he can just come up and shoot shootouts again. So that might, because Jonathan Taves did it in 2007 at the World Junior Championships. It was Russia against the United States, actually, and or Canada against the United States. And Taves shot every time. He kept scoring. It's like, all right, he was the guy. So the rest of the team just sitting there doing nothing, and he just kept going up there and doing it. It was actually kind of so that's the one comparison, I guess it would be. But with this golden hitter thing, you only get it once, from what I understand, and it's after the 7th inning. I think is how it works.
Well, yeah, and I'm thinking like
I said, I quit reading it after I saw it. I was like, this is stupid.
So I'm just trying to get like an idea there. So if the Oilers are in a shootout. They've already penciled in like Draisaitl. McDavid. Like that's something set probably at the beginning of the year or something. Like that's one of those like
beginning of the game. It's on the sheet, I think.
Oh, so it's like a lineup card for baseball. So yeah, I was thinking like it's not like they just picked, because I didn't think so, because usually you see the best guys out there. Yeah. But if it was per se like guys on the third line and the NHL was like, okay, well, we're doing the golden, shootout player, and then you're picking. But I mean, they already have that. They already have that penciled in. I'm just maybe if it was like in basketball, because in basketball they'll intentionally foul like the worst guy, which I hate that should not be a thing, because you're just that now it's coming down to who can be crappier at free throws. Yeah, like that. But that would almost be like, okay, well, within under a minute, if they intentionally foul my best guy or my worst guy, I'm going to insert
my best guy has to shoot.
Yeah, like the best guy, I can pull him off with under a minute or so. Like
I think my best free throw shooter off the bench is how it should be if he's on the bench. And if you foul anybody, this guy gets to shoot.
Exactly. Like
we're changing things here. 14 podcast.
What's weird is like, okay, so if you use the rule in the 7th inning and you're at the bottom of the Yankees, like you're at like 7 or something, and that guy gets on, then you Verdugo's hitting 9 or whatever. You take Judge, you put him there, and then boom. Then does that guy gets, from what I understand, he gets skipped, and then they go to 1 after Judge, no matter what happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like that at bat just gets canceled out. It's not like that guy would he come out after Judge, or would that at bat get canceled out? Is what I'm trying to.
That at bat gets canceled out. Like so Judge would bat for Verdugo, then they would go to 1.
And
two,
then
three,
when
and then hope
Judge
that
would be due up again, it just shuffles it like everybody takes a place above.
Now what? Like, I mean, we should have done some research, but that's never been my strong suit since the start of this stupid show. But like
Yeah.
let's go back 20 years, like David Ortiz for the Red Sox. Let's say he hit a double. He's standing at second base. Why not put David Ortiz back up again? Is that allowed?
But that was already the at bat, right? Like he already had his at bat, so you have to use an active at bat. You know what I mean? Like that would be that's what I would think.
So, but if you went around, but if you went around the order,
Oh, right, yeah.
right?
In theory, yeah. I thought you meant like okay, he hit a double, then you could like pinch run for him and then bring him back to the plate, and then like that would be
But if
nuts.
you pinch run for him, that takes him out of the game,
Correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I
right?
didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Like all of a
So
sudden, these rules are coming to effect. This is bullshit.
I
These
mean,
keep the same way. It's just too much thinking, no. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's not the worst idea.
it would, like I said, if you want to make the game more exciting, there's no way it wouldn't make things more exciting. Like maybe you're messing with the because like it's 1 through 9. Now you're taking Judge. You know, he hit third. Now he's hitting 9 again or whatever. Like, yeah, I get that. It's kind of weird, but
Like it's 1 through 7 3/4 after the 7th inning.
yeah, exactly.
It's just a fuck.
They probably will do. I don't see why they won't do it though. It might be long. It might be 2 more years till we see it because baseball is always like glacier speed on changes. But
Oh, not in the West Canadian Baseball League. I'll get this rule instituted by Monday morning, my friend. I'll take care of this one. It would bring, like, if a game is out of reach and you see the lineup, you know, fuck, this is over. This guy hasn't hit his ass in 3 months. And then it would get people looking and talking and saying, well, they put this guy in. And yeah, I don't know.
I wonder. I mean, not that this really matters for like our sake, but I wonder if you're like the Reds or like one of these teams, right? And it's just like you're playing okay, like you're hitting 250 or something, then you get pinch hit for the guy that's hot. Like, does that create like a little bit of turmoil in the because like you know how fragile these guys are, like
softer than baby shit, my friend.
So like I mean if you're like, I'm not saying you're like hitting 180, it's like who cares then, you're hitting 180, but if you're like doing okay, but you have a Freddie Freeman, and I mean that's a bad example because their lineup,
no, it's not.
Well, their lineup's so crazy, but take their worst hitter, whatever, Will Smith, whoever it is, and they're like, I'm going to do that. Does that guy? I mean, to say that wouldn't cause problems every once in a while, I think there's no way it wouldn't. I don't. But I mean, if you're the manager, you're calling the you don't care what that guy. I mean, you do because you don't want to ruffle things up too much, but you're trying to win a baseball game. That's what it is.
Like if you're 2 for 3. Let's say you're 2 for 3, down 2. They got fucking whoever coming to the mountain, and you haven't, and that guy hasn't hit this guy fucking in 2 years.
That too, yeah, matchups right? And all that, yeah,
matchups, and all of a sudden, but Brent Hitter, I'm 2 for 3. What the fuck you taking me out of the game for?
Like I wonder if you'll see a guy get pulled out and he'll like rage a little, if you'll see a pitcher get pulled and they're like, man, this is bullshit.
I'm 2 for fucking 3, and you're putting this guy who hasn't got it. Because he's Aaron fucking Judge. He strikes out more than he fucking anything. Like it would be, yeah. Because you would have to manage personalities through this, right? And like you said, like these players, their egos, like you got to stroke them no matter what. And like these guys get mad if they get put down in a place in your order. Like Jesus Christ, be happy you're in the fucking order half the time.
Yeah, that's not how they think nowadays. It's
you're hitting 240 and you're mad that you're getting put down a spot in the order. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like look at Deion's son. He's like, I'm gonna go where I want to go. Like it's not even like you're getting drafted first round and you're picking where you're getting drafted. Like that's just, I hate that.
I tell it, you know what? Fuck off. Because you know what? If we draft you in the first round, first overall, whatever it is, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be like the rest of those loser quarterbacks who don't do fuck all and they get overpaid. These guys. We talked about last time we were on the show. Like it's ridiculous. Shit, Dewar Sanders. Yeah, way to go, Big 12 fucking 5th.
Yeah, they didn't even enter. They could have made the college playoff and they didn't even do that. So
yeah, that's great.
That's the thing. It's like you said, like what if Volpe's 3 for 4, but then you're like, well, one
the
swing of the
matchup
bat.
says this, and
Judge, one swing of the bat with Judge. I mean,
power numbers say this, and and then it
it's
just
just
strikes out. You go, okay, well then, so after the game, Volpe's fucking yelling at Boone in the fucking clubhouse, and so I'm 3 for 4. Let me get this straight. I'm 3 for 4. Judge has struck out 3 times today with a walk, but one swing of the bat ties it up. But if I get a hit, it might extend the game. But you put in this
and
golden fucking hitter, and I don't strike out, and I'm 3 for 4 today.
Oh, and like being in New York, like if this rule gets implemented and let's say Boone's still there and everything, like he will get ridiculed to know. They'll be like, so why didn't you use the golden bat rule with Stanton, or why didn't you, like, if they lose any game by 1 or 2 or like even in a 3-run game or something, they'll critique. They'll be like, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do that? Like, and analytics will come into it.
Every star on every team is like, I don't like this rule. This fucking, because that's a little extra. Like I get my 4 at bats, I'm sitting on the fucking, like our team is fucking 50 and 102 right now. I'm not fucking going up there. I'm the golden hitter. Yeah, I'm already over fucking 4, and you're putting me in now. Fuck off.
Managers will be getting killed for that. Like, I'm not saying every night, but if a team's on a losing streak and then they don't use it or they do use it and it doesn't work, like I think it would be from a standpoint of just making the game more popular. Sure. I mean, I think why not? But I don't know. It's a lot. It seems very simple, but then you actually implement it. I think you'd see a lot of craziness go. Like not a lot, but enough. Enough craziness would.
I would like to know what players would think of it. Like, and like the actually, because owners and the talking heads, they make these decisions, but if you had to listen to talk to a player, so this golden hitter, no, I'm good. Hitting's already hard enough. Now I got to go up in somebody else's spot as well. No,
in a pivotal spot, like
in a pivotal spot where I already checked out, knowing I wasn't going to get another at bat. I'm already making dinner plans, and fucking now you're saying, "Hey, you're up." What? I'm done, man. I went through the lineup. There was no way I was getting back up. I'm out. I'm good.
And what if, like, because I know like the Phillies are shopping Alec Boehm because he's kind of a head case. Like he got benched for the one game, the NLDS against the Mets, and he threw a fit, and he was like, he was saying basically, I don't know why I'm benched, but I guess there's a case. Like you could tell he's like, I should be playing, right? So like, what if you tell a guy? I'm not saying it's gonna happen. But like, what if you're like, hey, Boehm, go grab a bat and hit for
a hot shot?
Yeah, and he's like, fuck that, man. Like you shit on me all. Like
I love it now.
Will there always be I'm not always
power struggle?
Yeah, will there be like that conflict between manager and player where you would hope that you don't have any guys that wouldn't want to take the at bat, but it's like human element comes in. A guy's not.
No, like, I don't have my cleats on, man.
And the guy, like I said, if you sub the wrong guy, like Trey Turner's 1 for 4, but he hit a grand slam, but like he doesn't hit this guy well. Are they going to be like, oh, well, he doesn't hit that guy well, so we're going to take there's a lot of variables a
lot of moving parts.
Maybe it would just go over seamless. Like maybe, like you said, that you implement the pitching clock. Sure, Max Scherzer bitched about it till the cows came home.
Then it went away.
Who cared? Like no one cared what he thought after the whole league adopted it and went with it. So
no, like I said twice now, 12 hours ago, this is the worst idea in the world. Now tomorrow morning I get to Spit Stadium. I'm gonna fucking implement. Like I'm gonna put the wheels into action for this thing. So I think it could be great. Now that you talk it through, the drama would be great. Like it's like it's ridiculous.
Is baseball missing that too? Like that's. I think you and I are on the same wavelength. Like, the whole bat flipping going, like, I could do that. If they want to do that, do it. I like the team celebration thing. I thought that's cool because it's every team had something different. But, if you want to it's hard to compete with not the NBA so much. The NFL. The NFL is like, it's close games. They how we talk about it. They make a storyline for everything. Like, baseball is never going to catch the NFL anymore, but if you want to just make
something
things,
to try it, why not?
Yeah, make it unpredictable, and I think that's what you're doing there. And I mean, I don't know if they'll try and keep pushing stuff. Like, who knows what they'll try and come up with eventually. Maybe it'll be like
you have two situations with this, Aaron. It works and it's a hit and people love it. You carry on. It don't work. It's stupid and people hate it. You get rid of it.
Yeah, and I don't even think it'll be stupid enough for people to hate. I just think, I mean, I guess they don't. Baseball is probably looking at this like, if the purists hate it, we don't care, because we're trying to grab people that are like teetering on watching baseball. Like, I watch baseball every once in a while. Like, they want to capitalize on people that, okay, I watch baseball once every 2 weeks. Oh, I'm watching baseball 3 nights a week now. Like, that's what they don't care about.
They got me, they got you, no matter what, right? And like, I'm not gonna not watch.
And they're not going to drive enough people out with it. Like, even the pure, like, you can't tell, because
you know what's driving those people out? Dying. There's more people dying. The baseball purists are dying, Aaron, than that are tuning off. Like, they're dying.
That's unfortunately.
It's not. It's not untrue. Like, it's awful to say, but all these baseball traditionalists, they're dying. It's Try something new. Why not?
Have you?
It's like in hockey, the shootout, right?
Right.
The shootout wasn't around forever. Overtime, like I remember, there wasn't even overtime. 3-3, done, game's over. Fucking let's go to the bar.
And what because they have that tie column anyway. Hockey has that. So
like, there was never there like back in the mid '80s, there wasn't even overtime.
That's great. When did they implement the shootout? 90s, or is it?
Yeah, it was the 90s. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and that makes the game
ties, and that was it.
And like, shootouts are like,
hockey didn't have 3-on-3 overtime, and now they do. You're like, it's kind of neat. Whatever. Right?
Adapt or die, adapt or die type of thing. It's
they didn't have a 3-point line in the NBA. Like, things change.
Well, what they changed, like, the blue, like, I don't, like I said, I'm trying to keep up. I do try and catch hockey a couple times a week at least, but they changed the lines and stuff too. It used to be like neutrals. Like, I don't know.
There was a red line, and you couldn't have a 2-line pass. So there was whistles fucking nonstop. And it was
stopping the game every, like, that.
That was slow.
Yeah. And look, I'm sure they don't regret that.
Like me could play because it was slow. It was a nice pace. Whistles, yeah, good.
See, that's what baseball is for, though, the slow pace.
Yeah. No, so things have changed in other sports. So and baseball has to get away from that, not being progressive and trying things. And they have been. Yeah. It's weird. It's odd. It's ridiculous. But it might work.
And I guess it's not as crazy. Like, it's not like you can do it. If you could do it like every 3 innings, that would be like, okay, this is getting like Aaron Judge has 9. Aaron Judge has 9 at bats or something.
Aaron Judge is 7 for 9 tonight,
and everybody else is 1 for 4. Like,
what happened here? I don't know. Like,
I mean, I wonder what the next thing. Like, if they go through with this, I wonder if they eventually get. I mean, people would never see this coming, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else you could. It's interesting. It's now I want to see it. Now we've been
like,
all the way through it.
Yeah, this is the thing. Anyways, no, it's good. The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more. This segment is brought to you by SeatGeek.com, the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420. Seat at SeatGeek.com today and save some $20 on your first purchase. A little word from our sponsors over there from Belly Up over at Righteous Felon Jerky, and we'll talk about some flag planting. I love the idea now. I'm going to write a letter.
Implement it, yeah.
I don't know how to write, but WCBL next season guaranteed. 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more. Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon Jerky. Righteous Felon Jerky, the official beef jerky of Belly Up Sports, and it's really good stuff. Make sure you go out and get yourself and save yourself 15% at checkout at righteousfelon.com. And it's best jerky in the land. Good stuff. I love beef jerky. You gotta get a little hankering on, a little grumble in the tummy. Get some beef jerky in the cupboard. Oh yeah, that bag doesn't stand a chance. You have a few beers, you go upstairs. It doesn't stand a chance. Like that, potato chips, and like I like sweets. Aaron,
Yeah, big
like
time.
oh man, like if there's a box of Oreos up there,
I was
they're nothing left.
you took the words like that is like my go-to. I was thinking that the whole when you said sweets, like Oreos are like I try not to buy them often. I try and be health conscious, but
Yeah.
man, I mean, you can't. There's there's not many things I should say that stand a chance against Oreos to me. I mean, everybody's different, but man, Oreos are that's you can't go wrong. You can't.
This older guy, he comes around the park all the time, and he's retired, got nothing better to do. So he volunteers and helps out, whatever. And yesterday he brought a Christmas package for me. Great big hoorin' bag of fucking stuff. A Christmas bag. There was so many cookies and chocolates, and holy Christ! Most of it didn't even make it home last night. I ate most of them at the park yesterday, eating fucking. Oh yeah, this is great. Yeah. Anyways, Aaron, earlier on we talked about the Thanksgiving weekend, and obviously that means it's rivalry games in college football, and the big one this week, and it's every Thanksgiving. Obviously, it's the great big Ohio State and Michigan game. Big bag of who gives a shit for some people, but whatever. But I was shocked. I can't remember, what did I do on Saturday? Oh, I was at my mom's at Fort McLeod for Santa Claus parade, so I didn't get to watch the game. But I was shocked when I saw that Michigan won that game. I was shocked. I thought it was going to be Ohio State by at least 16. Like I really did. I did. Like it's just a no-brainer to me. But anyways, Michigan wins for the fourth year in a row, I think it is, and it's kind of a shocker. But then the big news after the game was the Michigan Wolverines planting their flag at midfield in the middle of the O. And that's when all hell broke loose. The cops showed up. The pepper spray came out, and that wasn't the only one that happened at Arizona State game, and a couple other ones that happened as well. Where Texas Tech and Texas, I think, it also happened. North Carolina State, it happened there, and
Florida State, yeah,
Florida State. So like the home team was a little bit rambunctious about losing at home and blah blah blah, and the flags and everything else. And my first thought was, we're like, yeah, they probably shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. And then I thought, well, the guys who are attacking the guys who are doing it, they shouldn't do that, is what I was thinking. And then I got thinking, well, the coaches shouldn't say anything. So a lot of things went through my head with what was going on there. But then at the end of the day, if they would have put more effort in during their game and not worried, it looked like a lot more effort was being put in after the fact about a fucking flag that doesn't matter than what the final score was, they may have won that football game. Because that's just my thought. What was your thoughts when you heard about, saw the whole thing? What was your thoughts on the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I try and be a civilized person and all that, when those type of things happen, I'm like, we don't need like a malice at the palace, like that basketball thing where like fans are getting punched in the face by play. I mean, football is like people don't realize, like, yeah, you have your guys that are class, Peyton Manning's never going to do something like, even if he won by 56 over the Patriots and he hates the Patriots, he's not going to do something like, but I mean, you got to understand, like, this is a hated rivalry. I mean, I saw a clip where, this happens when they're at Michigan and vice versa, but Michigan's like trotting on the field and Ohio State's, all their players are standing like on top of them. I
saw that, yeah.
And God only knows what they're saying, right? I mean, they're not saying friendly things. So this is truly a rivalry. Like, unlike, I think, Red Sox Yankees has kind of fallen to the wayside right now. I think if the Red Sox were more competitive, you would see it, more
Red
intense.
Sox Yankees have not been a thing since the Red Sox won in 2004.
That's, yeah. I mean,
you won. Fuck, way to go. You got 2.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. You can say that. But I mean, like I said, this is a true, like, that is a rivalry above.
Statewide, school, alumni,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
There's a ton of there's millions of people involved in this as far as, going back over, like you said, alumni, you know, the whole, like, Michigan won 3 games against them going into this one, 3 straight. Now this is 4 straight. Like, I like guys that, they win and they carry on, like, they win and go about their business. But once again, this is a hated rivalry. It's 4 in a row. So now you're real, and Michigan came in as 20-point underdogs like that. I mean,
That's what I thought. Like
yeah,
16's easy. Like, they're
right.
going to cover this. Fuck, put down 10 grand. Put down Swifty tickets on this. Get your money back. Whatever.
Right. I just think everything. I mean, like I said, and another thing is these are college kids. It's not like they're 35, 30 to 35-year-old men at that point. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of testosterone, emotion, all. I mean, I don't know. I think it makes, once again, maybe this is a bad way to look at it, but it made it more exciting. It made it like, why, like, that was the talk of the weekend. Like, nothing on Sunday in the NFL
Nothing mattered. No.
yeah, it couldn't have even topped. It couldn't even come close to this. I mean, I don't want to see guys get, like, injured and punching each other in the face. I mean, at some point, but if it happens once a year, I know it happened at like 5 or 6 games. I get it,
Yeah.
but no one got, crippled in the process. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, yeah, you don't want to see guys getting, like, crazy.
It was a bigger
like,
story than it should have been.
it was, yeah. I mean, at the end of
Right.
the day, Ohio State, and I don't blame, even though I hate Ohio State, right? I don't blame them for, like, okay, you lost, you're pissed off, you lost. Then they come in with the like, I can see why they're mad about it, but like you said, win the fucking game and you don't have to worry about it. But after the fact, you lost the game, they come in with the like, I get it. I mean, you're not gonna like that very much. And then the coaching staff to Ohio State or Michigan, they didn't do anything about it. So it's like, just let them.
What I don't get is you're a 20-point favorite. You fucking lose to your biggest rival. And then you have to stand there and sing the fucking song, the victory song, which you didn't fucking win. It's like when, like, the Yankees, I talked about this 1,000 times, when the Yankees played New York after they lost the fucking World Series. What the fuck are you doing? So they're sitting there, their hands on their heart, saying, God bless Ohio, whatever the fuck they're singing. And then Michigan comes with the flag during the song, that insult to injury. I shouldn't laugh, but it's kind of funny. Like, okay, read the room, man. Like, that was my biggest fault when I was an athlete. I was a sore loser. Like, fuck, I hated it. I hated losing more than I liked winning. I fucking hated it. Like, I was off the ice or off the field, fucking throwing shit, breaking sticks, freaking out. Like, I wasn't sticking around. Like, I don't want to see them celebrating. I'm fucking done. So when you lose, get the fuck. You don't need. Who cares about your fight song at that point? You blew you were a 20-point favorite. I'm out. I'm not. I don't want my face on TV. I don't want my. You're not asking me to be on your fucking podcast. Blah, whatever. Like, get me off this fucking field, because I don't need to see those assholes celebrating.
And like, this is that one game of the year that, like, I mean, it doesn't matter what Michigan's record. Yeah, everybody's getting up for this game. Like, Michigan could have one win on the season, and the fact that they beat them 3 times in a row, I think maybe that was part of the reason Ohio State went. Like, because some of these guys on Ohio State have never, like, now they're 0-4 all 4 years they were there,
and they'll never play football again.
Right. So I mean,
well, they'll play whatever.
Well, I heard all these, like, there were people saying, the NCAA needs to ban, planting the flag. Like I said, nobody got, like, if somebody got trampled and it's, like, seriously injured, I could see them, okay, we can't have that. But it was chaos, sure. But football is controlled. Like, people are getting hit, and it's a violent, like, it's a lot more violent than baseball. Like, if the Dodgers won the World Series at the Yankee Stadium and then the Yankees start, like, charging them, I'd be like, okay, that's a little, like, I get it. They're pissed off, but I'd be like, I mean, like, that would be a little, but football is like, they talking shit nonstop. They're hitting each other every play. Michigan was disrespected by the whole media, the whole country. I get why like, for people to say, oh, that should never happen. Like, get a grip, man. It's sports. It's not, you're not going into your office after, some other company outbid you on a contract. Sports is like raw
It's
emotion.
emotion.
Yeah. I'm for it. Like I mean,
You don't want someone planting the flag on your field? Don't fucking lose at your home field. Simple.
Yep.
And now now Michigan knows that they're under their skin for next year. We just fucked these guys.
Yeah. Well,
Did you see what we did? Did you see what we did last year? Oh fuck! Or the alumni 20 years from now? Hey, oh fuck.
Oh, and I'm with you with the victory songs, like you bring up the Yankees, the Ohio State was doing it during the, like, if you lose, like I whoever's decision, that I don't know if it goes all the way to athletic director at that point, but I'm
tradition,
like,
right?
yeah, but if you lose, you don't play it. It's simple as that. Like, just like you say, you don't want them planting the flag, you win. If you don't win the game, you don't play. I don't care who you're playing. If you're playing Akron and they have one win and they upset you, don't play. Like, you win, you play the song. You lose, you don't play. Like, why is that? How is that a complicated? And like you said, it's tradition. How many fans are even sticking? Like, you're singing the song, like, oh, I look like a dumbass because we lost. Like,
if it was USC and they're getting, because they actually, the score was closer than the game was closer than it was than the score set on Saturday with Notre Dame. But like, if it was a complete fucking destruction and fuck whatever, I'm not sticking around past the third quarter to listen to the fucking fight song at the end of the game. Bye, see ya, thanks, whatever. I'm not alumni, mind you, but like, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Even if you lose, right? Even if you lose at the last second, maybe that's different.
Still sore loser. I'm leaving. We didn't.
I would too.
Like I said, song, not the fuck. Well, we gave it a good shot song.
Yeah,
we tried.
I'm with you. Like, it's cut and dry. It's white and black.
Victory
you win or you
song.
lose. Yeah.
Because now you just have locker room fodder forever. Like, oh fuck, fuck this guy over. He was so. You should have saw how mad this guy was. We put the flag down. The cops pepper sprayed me, and then when the whole story's over, they're sitting around the fucking Michigan bar or whatever, in wherever the hell in Ann Arbor, the alumni from 20 years from now, they're drinking beers. So, and I got pepper sprayed too. The whole thing, the story they could tell forever now, because they were 20-point dogs and won by 3, and just basically killed Ohio. Like, I love it. I just love it.
And Ohio State's coach is just like, that was the mind blowing thing to me. Is like, I think he was so distraught that they lost, because there's clips of him like just standing there watching all these guys, and the Ohio State linebacker is like, he's like fuck these guys, man, like fuck, they're trying to plant the flag on our field again. Like, he just sounds like such a crybaby. I'm like, dude.
What I laugh about that too, Aaron, is that because football coaches and football players are so and rah. And no one does anything without me, without my knowledge. Well, I'm the coach, and then they did that anyways. Like, all right, that's so much control you have. Oh,
and it's just like, I think he was like, Ryan Day, especially, like, the coach was like, I'm so like dumbfounded that we lost again, that he's like, I don't even feel like going to get our player. Like, he's probably thinking, well, if our players get beat up, I don't give a shit because they didn't win anyway. Like,
I'm probably getting fired anyways. So
he looks so checked out. Like, he just, and I get it. It's like, and at that point, you're going to get in the middle of all, like, if they don't want that to happen, they got to, as soon as the kickoff's over, get all the coaches but good luck with that too. But they should never outlaw, unless somebody gets like devastatingly injured.
Unless that flag is planted through someone's jugular, just let it happen, man.
College sports is there's nothing more authentic than college sports. So.
Yeah, completely. Like, you guys, like, it's crazy. Like, you get across the 49th parallel. We don't know there's college sports up there. Whatever. The University of Lethbridge. What the fuck's going on? There's a game. Oh,
yeah, you got the CFL. I think there was some lady running naked on the CFL championship or something like that. But.
Yeah, I saw that.
The
cops didn't even care. They're like, keep running. We're not chasing you down. Fuck, whatever. Probably gain to lose a few anyways. Keep running. Whatever.
You got the CFL to fall back on, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just the whole planting the flag thing, and every team that lost, like, just don't lose at home. Don't lose at home. And then and it happened in hockey a few years back too, where there was some disrespect about in the dressing room. Guys were walking across the logo and things like that. But and then on the field, there's a logo. So people are walking across. Like, who cares? Like, I don't understand this whole. Like, I know you love your team, you love your school and everything else, but I don't know, man. It's a bit extreme to be that fucking nuts about your fucking team. Like, it's like,
Are you saying like in retaliate, like they planted the
yeah,
flag and you're losing?
the retaliation of it all. Like, I just like we lost and he's did that, but we still lost. Like,
I think
we
I
didn't
don't
we
think you're.
like by them doing that, we didn't lose by any more points.
No, I don't think you're wrong, but like just how you were saying, like, oh, I flip shit. If I lost, like I think it's the same. Like I don't I don't put it past it. Like I understand why because it's like like just like that guy. That guy was I forget his name. He's a linebacker on Ohio State, and he came up with the pick to like almost seal it. And that's what's funny is the broadcast was like, oh, he's the like Gus Johnson. You know that guy. He's losing his mind every time Ohio State does something. They get a first down, he's losing his mind. But he was like, oh, Jack, I forget Jack something, but he's like he's the hero. And then fast forward a minute and Michigan wins. So it was funny, but he was the same guy that was like, they're not doing that shit again. He's like, fuck those guys playing that flag. And I'm just thinking like, dude, yeah, that's fine. But you should be, if you're that mad, you should be in there decking people and throwing them.
You should have been that mad when the game was happening.
Well, yeah, but I look at
right?
it
like put more effort in when the game's happening. If you have that much energy after the game to chase down some guy after the game, you didn't spend enough energy during the game to win that game.
Yeah, very true. And the fact is, like, there's
it's
guys
not,
like
not one person.
No, and he's a line. That's the hard thing. He's a line. Like, how much can you? I mean, you try and make every play, but
can't score any points, right?
Yeah, I mean, he came up with a huge pick. I'll give him, but it was just like the way it came. Like he's like, man, fuck those guys. Like he's just like he's crying. I gotta send you a clip, but he's crying about it, and I get it. Like everybody's gonna handle it differently, but I don't know. Like, all right, I'll give you an example. Like Joe Kelly in baseball, that guy pisses me off. Like I can't stand his whole.
He should shut his yap.
That's what I mean. Like he's such a shit talker and thinks that he's he thinks he's a tough guy. That's the thing.
Smartest guy in the room.
Yeah, and what he was talking shit on and not that I'm not gonna come to the defense of the Yankees, but
no, they're fuckheads too, whatever.
Yeah. But he even said like, oh well, we had once we went up or once we tied it, we knew for a fact we were gonna like. He's just saying all this like ignorant shit after they won, whatever. And he didn't even pitch. Like he was injured the whole post. I'm like, dude, and he's the same guy. He'll throw up and in on somebody like inches like an inch away from their face, and then do like the cry, the fake tears and stuff. Like people like that. That bothers me. But if you're Michigan, you win the game. It's a hated rivalry. That team hates you. They're talking nonstop trash to you. You come plant the flag after you win. It's not like they planted the flag at halftime to try and piss somebody off. Like the game's over. I mean, come on. What they beat you and they weren't supposed to beat you. So how?
And I'm also on the thing, Aaron. Like, when you're whatever Michigan, they won last year or whatever. But I'm also in the big thing with, especially with young athletes, who I'm around at the field a lot. Act like you've been there before. Like act like you've been there before, and act like you've won before, and act like you've done something before. And I'm not against bat flips. I used to be like, you know what, the guy just fucking did something I can't do. He fucking excited, throw the bat in the air, or whatever. But when you start doing like the planting the flag thing, and this is the other side of the story, maybe don't. Go and celebrate downstairs and enjoy your team with your buddies. And you don't have to be a fucking YouTube sensation or Instagram hit every minute of your life. Like, go and enjoy it. Like, go and enjoy it with your teammates. And like, just kind of contradicts what I said 2 minutes ago about guys drinking beers, fucking sitting. Yeah, then I got pepper sprayed sitting around, whatever. But act like you've done it before and act like you belong there. I think there's a fine line a little bit. Like it's a funny story that Michigan did it, but I actually more so lean to the side. Like, you know what? We didn't have a very good season. We won one game. It's the big game. but let's act like we've done it before, be professional, and then relish the moment, and don't make it about you. Right, and I think that's what that guy whoever was doing did it. Like when Baker Mayfield did it with Oklahoma a few years
Yeah.
back, he kind of made everything about him, and it's a team effort. And I don't know. There's a fine line with celebrating and everything, but sometimes you just win and win with dignity. Because and it's the old golden rule. Hey, like do unto others if they were you. You wouldn't want someone doing that at your place. Don't do it at theirs. I don't know.
Yeah, as much as you hate those guys for 60 minutes, like I totally get it because like I said, those teams just that is as hated a rivalry as you'll find. But
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like let your play because I was thinking that too after the fact. It's like you beat them, you let your play do the talking. Like in the locker room, those teams always go crazy and it pops up all over everything anyway. So
Yeah.
it's not like they're gonna go to the locker room and take it easy. Like they're gonna
It's not like
party.
they're not going to be known.
Yeah, yeah,
You
and
didn't need to do that too.
no, you didn't. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's the chaos that I enjoy. Sometimes,
Oh yeah, yeah, Jesus, yes.
if it's happening too much, then that's what. But we see that in college sports, same thing. Like a big upset, they rip the goalposts out. Like I mean, you just see the craziest.
Yeah.
Like places go bonkers. But yeah, I've always been in support. Like I like the guys that win with like if you win with class, it's like that guy just like he's a winner. There's just a different
Expect it.
level. Yeah, it's a lot more easy. It's easier to respect somebody like that, but I don't know.
I get the
it's
emotion. You're a kid. You're doing just stupid, right?
it's
You're stupid.
chaos. Like
Yeah.
it's chaos. But
And the emotion of things, and someone gets in your ear, say, "You know what we should do? You know what we should do? Then why don't you do it?
I
Like this,
wonder if like
what's
ever
this we
probably
shit? Maybe you should do it then. If this is such a good idea, you go fucking do it, right?
I,
Like I don't know.
I wonder if like they either before they took the flight there, they said, hey, if we pull this off, like we're gonna do that. Because I can't imagine like a coaching staff would say, hey, we're gonna, you know what, if we beat those motherfuckers, like, it's probably, or maybe it was a conversation in the fourth quarter, like, hey, if we find a way to pull this off,
Maybe, yeah.
just know we're gonna do it. Like,
Because
I
it's
don't know.
not one guy doing it, right?
No,
It's a group effort, right?
it's
Like you
probably the
got
most
it.
savage. Like the savages are like, okay, we're
It's a little nudge. Yeah, a
you'll
little
get it.
nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Okay, you go there. I'll push the coach over here. I'll have a conversation with him so he won't see you. And then we'll go over here and then go this. And all of a sudden, and we'll get rid of Jim Nance and we'll do this and fucking that interview's over. Just go. And it's usually probably some fucking other than like when Mayfield did it. It's probably some fucking no mind fucking third fucking stringer. Yeah, all right, I'm in. Yeah, my moment to shine.
Why not? Why not? Yeah, I totally see, but it's I don't know. It's fun. It makes it.
It's fun.
If they outlawed it, I'd be mad. I'll put it that way. If they
That's a good
said
point.
because there's rumors they're gonna say, you know what, this is getting too much. But I think sport, like all these organizations, they want like they want headlines, right? Sport.
Yeah,
It's a business like anything else. So
the
if you're in the
business.
news, it's yeah.
How are your Nittany Lions going to do against the mighty Oregon Ducks?
I don't know. I'm nervous for that one. The receiving core for Penn State outside of their tight end, who their tight end's up for like the Heisman, but he's not going to get it because he's a tight end. But that worries me. And like Oregon has a crazy pass rush, and they can. I don't know though. Wisconsin played them tough. Who else? Forget. Maryland hung in there
Yeah,
for a while. Like they're not like an Alabama
they're
invincible.
not unbeatable.
Right. Yeah. Where like Nick Saban Alabama teams were like unbeatable. I don't think they're unbeatable, but I'm definitely kind of glass half empty because this is a tough matchup for them, I think. But they're in the college playoff even if they lose, so I can't complain. I mean, it still haven't found a way to beat Ohio State, of course, but it's 11-1 beats 10-2, but I don't know if it's you could argue is the schedule this year that's why they're 11-1, not 10-2, but yeah, we're rolling with it. So
Should have lost to fucking USC and they stink.
that was
That's a good game. It's a great game. Like
I thought they were
say,
going to. Yeah, I thought you had us. I really did.
USC lot. Well, they got the score was a lot worse than the game was on Saturday there, but USC lost 5 games by a total of 19 points. But you know what? You know who doesn't do that? Good teams. They win those games. Right?
Yeah, I wonder how long
Lincoln Riley?
Yeah, I
Why
don't
he's
know.
still a fucking coach is beyond me.
They put up point, like they score points. I know they give up points. So that's the problem.
They're a laughing stock. They're a joke. They're terrible. But anyways, I got a would you rather, and we'll call it a night. You ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Riley, would you rather either the Phillies or the Eagles? You've already seen them win a championship. Would you rather see them would you rather see them be competitive every year and never win, or win the one more championship each and then be dog shit forever?
No, one more championship each. Being this like fringe team all the time, like that's what Penn State is. I'm used to that. Even the Eagles, to a certain, I mean, they won it in 2017, but they're usually right there. Great record every year. Philly, I mean, you've seen the Phillies collapse every year for the last 5 years or whatever, 4 or 5. What's the point of being competitive if you're not pulling in the chips? I just, as much as being horrible sucks, if you don't win it all, you're just flirting with it. You're just licking, like you guys say, licking the jar there.
Licking the jar.
What's the point? What's the point of that? I don't know.
It's just fuck. Like getting that one would be great, right? I mean, it's been 15 years for the Yankees, and like my favorite hockey team never won one in my lifetime. Like
that's the Leafs, right?
Leafs, yeah. 1960 fucking 7. Like Jesus Christ. This is the year though. Actually, I got a Leafs guy on tomorrow. We're gonna do some bullshitting, but yeah, it's licking the jar sucks. Like you fucking get close and you go, and it goes back to my sore losing when I was a kid thing. Like you sit there and you go, fuck. And like when the Yankees lost to the Astros in 17, that one hit. That sucked a lot. Like it was just like because the team wasn't supposed to win anything, wasn't young and on and on. Now they're all older guys, right? And all the guys aren't there anymore. But that sucked, man. Like, and like you win, you celebrate, and you fucking have a steak and a few beers and whatever. But when you lose, it just grinds you. Like to get but to not even get close for, yeah, I don't know. Like you want another one for sure, but yeah, I guess if you're just shitty, you're shitty. Like yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you look at. I'm trying.
I can't say Royals fans like they got that one in what was it 2016? I think it was. Yeah, 2016, and then they've been shit ever since. They made playoffs this year, but like they're not good. Like no one.
I mean, yeah. Look at like the A's, right? They have like what five I think all time,
yeah.
And like they were all
made the playoffs a ton of times. Everything.
Yeah, but they got 5. That's the thing. Like there's look at, I forget if it's Cleveland. Maybe Cleveland
hasn't won in 80 plus years.
Or like or my buddy with the podcast, Trajan, he's a Brewers fan. They're a playoff team every year.
Never won one.
Never do shit. It's like that.
Just be reeled in like some broad to fucking prom. Just fucking reel in.
And it makes you think like that's a good, because a lot of organizations. Yeah, like a lot of organizations can't do what they do, so it's like you gotta tip your cap to them in that respect. But if you can never win, what's it like? What are you doing it for? Like that's because now you're putting your fans through more pain, more like you have this false hope every year. Like I don't know, that's if you get the one and then you saw like the Royals, right? The Royals can say we're a better franchise than the Brewers, even if we're not as consistent, because we found a way to go the whole way and finish the job. Like if you don't finish the job, that's my thing. Nothing more frustrating. Like, yeah, if your team's, 50 and 110 or whatever, 115 or whatever.
Like the White Sox were this year.
Yeah. I mean, that's when you like check. I guess you're not even mad. You're just like, this is so bad. I don't even want to partake in experiencing this. But if you're on the cusp every year, like, I mean, the Eagles were that forever, and a lot of people think they want to. I mean, they won with their backup quarterback. It wasn't supposed to, like, they weren't supposed to win that Super Bowl, and like they did. And now I'm like, ever since then, I'm like, yeah, I want them to win more because, I still get all the jokes. Oh, you have, your little baby bottle pop ring or whatever.
Yeah.
You got one, but fuck it. The Bills went to 4 straight and lost all 4. There's nothing worse than that.
That would be worse.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I couldn't imagine.
And, like, if you get that, would you rather be that or a team that found a way to get one and you found a way to get one? Like, if you're in it every year and you lose it, I mean, you still walk away like everybody, like you say, they walked away with it like everybody else did.
I'd rather my team be out by fucking my birthday, August 5th, than drag me into fucking the 28th of September and lose. Then I can go, you know what? Good, fucking, you're done, whatever.
I guess I'll ask you this, like with
I'd rather make my team make the playoffs than be the team that was 60 and 102. But if I make the playoffs, oh man, you'd rather them win, obviously, and winning's hard. But fuck, how it just it rips your life apart, man. It's sports geeks, right? Like it sucks. Like when your team loses, like I'd rather them lose over here than up here.
Yeah, I mean you're all in. You're thinking they're gonna pull
it. It controls your life.
Yeah, it's a gut punch to the full. It's like, I was gonna say, I mean, the Yankees? When was was it 11 that they were in a World Series the last time?
9. Last time they won, yeah.
Okay, yeah, 09. So, I mean, I guess you take the fact that they were in it this year, and it wasn't like you take away the Freddie Freeman homer, you go through all those situations, and like it could have played out differently, but. I would take that experience if I'm a Yankees fan because you made it's been a while since you were in the game. Yeah. You made it. Obviously you lost, but they've been knocking at least they made it now. I know that sucks too, but if they would have lost in the ALCS again, I'd be even more pissed because I'm what the fuck? Like, can we even sniff a World Series? Like, because you keep banging on the door right there, and now you made the world. So it's like you almost think, okay, now if we don't win it in the next 1 or 2 years. Then I'm like, sell it, like
selling all this shit and fucking moving to fucking Tallahassee, fucking Florida or something, whatever.
Change the Red Sox or something. Maybe the Mets. The Mets, because
where Soto's going to sign. What's the word? Like, actually, let's end this. What's the word around your neck of the woods? Where's Soto signing?
I keep thinking it's going to be the Mets as well. I don't think the Yankees are out of it. I mean, everything I hear is like he's not going to give anybody a discount. Like if the Yankees are $10 million away from the Mets, he'll go to the Mets. I don't think the Phillies are going to be in on. I'm cool with them not being. I don't like Soto at all. He's a hell of a player. I hate the guy. But I mean he could be a Yankee. He could be a Met. I don't think the Red Sox have a chance. I'm shocked they're even in on it at all. And I don't think the Jays will
still
go.
Need to have the rest of your team, and the Red Sox stink.
Yeah, what's that going to do? Yeah, I don't know. I think he ultimately. I mean, everybody's saying Mets. Yankees have a good shot. I think they're going to really try because he's a fan favorite. It's a big name. You're just if you only have Judge, it's like, well, I mean, I know they're talking about bringing in Bregman and whatever, but Soto carries a lot of weight. We'll say that
I hate Bregman. Like he's just got a punchable face. Like great ball player, but he just a punchable looking fucking. If I didn't have arms like fucking Tickle Me Elmo, I'd fucking take after him. But whatever, it's just, I can't stand that guy.
Yeah. Do you think the Mets find a way to win a World Series like in the next 4 or 5 years? Or
their owner's got deep pockets. He'll go, and I think if he doesn't get Soto, he'll say, "Okay, look out." I got 14 fucking billion in the bank. Look out. I'm going to get everybody else.
That would be my thing with the Yankees. Like, if you don't, it could be a good thing if they don't get Soto. I know it sounds crazy, but if they address third base, they address left field, second, if they fix all their holes, they maybe get a pitch. Like if they get,
I think they're better off.
Yeah, I think if they get Burns, I'll be scared because Burns is a dog. Like that guy is.
Yeah, they'll be better.
Saw him with the Orioles. Like he's the real deal. So, yeah. I mean, if you're a Yankees fan, I don't think you get discouraged. I don't think you get discouraged with if they don't get him. But if they don't, they're gonna have to spend some money, I think.
That alarm must mean you got to go and crap your pants or something. I don't know what's going on there.
that was earlier.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, Aaron, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming on short notice. It was always good talking to you, and we I think we actually solved some problems tonight for the first time in a long time.
I think so. You think does baseball do this, or is this all?
I think they don't have a choice.
Now that
if they listen to this, they won't have a choice.
It'll improve. I don't think as many people turn the game off late. I think.
Yeah, it changed. I think we actually get this out to the masses. And I think we actually Jim Fan of the Van he asked me earlier on today what I thought about it. And I said, well, listen to our show and you'll figure out. So he'll have his own unique take on it tomorrow morning, I'm sure. Sparing and punching and killing and whatever it's going to be. I don't know. Jimmy sometimes, but anyways, 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more. I don't even know what we're doing here anymore. Anyways, Aaron, where can we listen to you and Dragon? What's going on?
Yeah, so I pretty much just co-host his show or whatever. Wisconsin Sports on the Go, but we get into everything and anything over there. So he's on Twitter, Instagram, everything, all those platforms. So yeah, we're been pretty consistent 3 times a week there. Yeah. He's I mean, the guy pumps out stuff like how you do. It's remarkable, but I'm trying to hang with him there and just Wisconsin Sports on the Go. I occasionally put stuff up on my TikTok on Brutally Honest Sports, but yeah, just trying to keep at it and keep going with it.
Keep flying along. No, we'll do this again. I got a Leafs guy tomorrow. Then I got Brian McKeon from Locked on Yankees. He wants to talk about the New York Rangers and that disaster they got there. So it's a lot of fun on Friday. I think we're doing that one. So another busy week here at 1420 World Headquarters. So plus I gotta get this Golden Bat thing, the WCBL starting. I think Thursday I'm going to Saskatoon. So yeah, I'll sleep next week. I think, whatever. Anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more. Take care of each other. More importantly, take care of yourselves. Need you around. Keep your stick on the ice. And what else, Aaron?
Don't swing at the high pitches, especially if you're the Golden Bat.
There you go, Golden Bat. Have a good night, folks. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.